What's going on YouTube? Two Movies here. Now, with the new Final Destination movie coming out this week, Final Destination Bloodlines, I'm of course doing my reviews for the past Final Destination films. So here's my review for the one that started it all, and that is of course 2000's Final Destination. Holy cow! I cannot believe it's been about 25 years since the original Final Destination. I was pretty young at the time when it was released. I mean, I didn't really get to see it until until a year later and stuff like that. When it was like on TV and all. And I still remember watching this one. I, I always enjoyed it. It was definitely something very different because at the time there was always like slasher movies, like a guy in a mask killing people, stabby. This was something different that included deaths like getting at people. It wasn't no one with a knife walking around taking people out and all. And stuff like this really felt like it could literally happen in real life. Now, if you guys don't know much about Final Destination, it starred Devon Sawa, who at the time, became a little bit of a teen idol thanks to like Casper. Of course, remember he was in Idle Hands the year before, and obviously he might be no. In recent years, he recently, did appear in the Chucky's show, which was pretty cool to see. Of course, you had Devon Sawa, who portrays this teenager named Alex Browning, who of course she stepped after his premonition of a catastrophic plane explosion, and he and his several classmates have like to leave the plane before the explosion occurs. But death, later takes the lives of those who were like meant to die on the plane. And this movie is a lot of fun. Like, if you guys don't know much about it, it was written by Jeffrey Reddick, who of course, the film actually began as a script written by Reddick for an episode of the X Files, but that never came to fruition. So he decided to write it as a feature film, and it took off perfectly. You also had some cool cast members, like you had Ali Lauder, of course, as a Claire Claire Rivers, of course. You have also had like Sean William Scott was in this, Kurt Smith, Kristen Klug, Dan Roebuck also appeared in this. I mean, I always quite enjoyed the original Final Destination. Some of the kills was awesome. I mean, Sean William Scott's step scene is probably my favorite part. Really, when that like little Febreze, takes him out. I was quite enjoyed that part. I mean, there are some really great kills here. Of course, you had the introduction of Tony Todd's Butterworth. It's just a really good one here. It's just really fun. It's just really entertaining. It is directed by James Wong, who would go on to direct like one of the Final Destination 3. He did the Jet Li film, The One. Sadly, his last movie, if you guys don't remember, was Dragon Ball Evolution, and since then he hasn't really directed a film since, which is a shame. Just because one film that did do so well with people, meaning his career, and that's really a shame. But still, he did a really good job with this one. The like Final Destination is definitely in my top tier favorite horror franchises, and yeah, the original Final Destination is and will always hold up. So if you guys never really seen the original Final Destination, you could actually find it on Max. Do yourself a favor, give it a go, especially before the new one comes out. Anyway, let me let you guys. Did you have a chance to check out the first Final Destination? If so, what's your thought of it? Were you a fan? Were you not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments, and bonus question: what's some of your favorite kills from the original Final Destination? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Tim Siren.